Hey guys, Joshua's Boost here and welcome back to another Digimon gameplay video. Today we're doing something a little bit different than the past few gameplay videos. Because in the past few gameplay videos I mostly showed like meta decks, right? We had a Omnimon mirror and then we had a purple mirror as well, which are both, you know, pretty meta-ish decks for the 1.0 format. But for this one we wanted to do something a little bit different. Actually still showing off purple here, but it will not be the generic toolbox purple list that's very popular at the moment, but instead it will be a purple deck focused on the purple MetalGarurumon. And it's going up against my Aggro yellow strategy, of which I uploaded a deck profile not too long ago, which I will be linking in the video here. So if you want to check that out, be sure to do so. The list is a little bit different because this was actually recorded before the deck profile, but shouldn't matter too much. Anyway, time to get into the gameplay. We see me winning the die roll and not actually starting with a rookie here, so I just have to hard play Repamon, which is one of the good things about Repamon. Opposed to purple, going into a Gabumon, then playing a Demi-Devimon I think, and then evolving to a Devimon, so getting a pretty decent setup here. On my next turn I actually go into a Mistymon, which does have a decent on-play effect, but to Digivolve into it's not that good. I would say Sirumon is probably the best Digimon to evolve into for this at this moment for yellow. Purple is gonna swing into the security here, running into a Petermon, which is actually gonna delete the Devimon because Petermon is 5,000 opposed to Devimon's 4,000, and then Purple is gonna evolve into another Devimon. And then finishing off the turn by playing a Night Ray to get back the Demi-Devimon. Let's see if yellow does pick up rookie here, but it doesn't seem to be that way. Instead, just opting to evolve into Cantarosmon, activating its effect, which is a pretty good one. It says all the Digimon, sorry, I keep saying all the Digimon, but it is 5 of your opponent's Digimon, so, you know, all Digimon. Get security attack -2. Then that actually ends the turn and we see purple going into a Gabumon before evolving into a Myodismon, because there's no use in swinging at the security at this point because it would literally do nothing except suspend its own Digimon and leave them open for attacks. Yellow finally does pick up the rookie here, Salamon, and then immediately after that swings with the Cantarosmon into the security, but actually ends up hitting a Millenniumon, deleting the Cantarosmon, which does trigger his ability to actually reduce an opponent's Digimon by 11,000, which in this case reduces Myodismon to 0, so by game mechanic it gets deleted. After that, yellow evolves into another Repamon here, and that will pass the turn back to purple. So for now it seems to be a pretty even match. Finally we get to see one of the more, I want to say spicy cards, which is the Garurumon here, which does not have an effect, but it does have an inheritable effect. You'll see that the purple Garurumon line is mostly based off bringing out little guys from the trash and then also declaring additional attacks with the Garurumon inheritable ability. Yellow is just gonna evolve into a Sirumon to put purple back on 1, and that will be the end of the turn. So purple definitely seems to have the advantage here. Going for a Met to pick up Devimon. That went really fast, but it is a Devimon. Yellow hatching Cupumon here. And going into another Cantarosmon, which will again reduce the security attack for -2 to the 2 Digimon that are on the purple's field. However, the Tapirmon that is in the racing area right now is of course unaffected, so next turn he will be able to swing with this. Cantarosmon is now gonna attack the security, and this time it will not be deleted. However, there's of course the chance that left will go into Devimon to delete it on the next turn with retaliation. We see Angemon coming down actually with its on-play effect, which reduces a Digimon by 3,000, which will in this format delete almost all of the rookies and for the following forms to come as well. We do see Tapirmon swing into security here, running into a Tinkermon I think. Went by a little bit fast, but it does end up getting deleted. But that does of course allow purple to draw a card, which is one of the good things about purple. Then purple plays another Night Raid, getting back, let's see, a Gabumon. So spending just 2 memory for what would usually be a 3 memory Digimon to play. And then there we go, going into the Digimon, so probably gonna be swinging into Cantarosmon here. Oh, so I'm sorry, my bad, that's of course not possible because the Gabumon was played. And in this game there's actually something akin to Summoning Sickness, where if a Digimon is played in this turn, it cannot actually declare an attack. To start off Yellow's turn, just gonna swing with Cantarosmon right away. And then gonna play a Petermon here, which is one of the my favorite decks in the yellow deck, which says if it is played, you can actually play a Tinkermon from the trash or from your hand. So it really allows you to go wide and put a lot of pressure on your opponent. Purple is gonna evolve into the Aggro here, but will it be enough? Going to the Heat Viper here to make sure to live another turn, because purple just has 2 more security left. And Heat Viper, of course, being able to delete 2 level 4 lower Digimon by tributing one of their own. And then actually that will trigger the purple Garurumon's effect, if I remember correctly, which will actually allow purple to gain an additional memory, because it says every time, I think once per turn, when a Digimon is deleted on your field, you can gain 1 memory. So pretty decent effect, because a lot of purple cards, of course, do destroy. Yellow taking out the less of the security here. And then actually playing the Symphony option card, which reduces 1 Digimon by 7000 DP. In this case, deleting the Garurumon on purple's field. Purple's gonna hatch a Yamon and then swing with Devimon into the Cantarosmon. Of course, retaliating does make sure that Cantarosmon will also go to the grave, but we'll see if purple does have access to a blocker or something. He's also gonna trigger his Gabumon to draw a little bit deeper into the deck. I must note here that it seems last turn purple actually forgot to hatch Digitama, but he didn't have access to a rookie anyway, so in the game it wouldn't have actually mattered. So thankfully not having a negative impact on the gameplay in that sense. But I'm quite sure if purple does not have a rookie here, then that will be game over, because of course Tinkermon cannot be destroyed by Trump Sword, because it can only delete unsuspended Digimon. And yeah, there we go. A lot of cards, but no way to drop like another Digimon and Chimeramon, or to actually get to a blocker. So yellow does end up taking the first game here. Well, it did definitely, I think, look pretty good for purple at the start of the game. Well, yellow didn't really generate a lot of advantage. It just took out the security quicker than purple could. And, you know, in the end, that's actually how you win a game of Digimon. So, going to the second game, I think purple is gonna start here. And let's see how this game will turn out. Hopefully we get to see some cool purple MetalGarurumon action. We start with Yamon going straight into Gabumon. And then he seems to be thinking a little bit here. Just activating Met. So this probably signals his hand isn't that good, because you'd rather, of course, keep the Met to later retrieve a purple card with it from the trash. Yellow is gonna hatch into Cupimon and then evolve into the Tinkermon. Cupimon being the preferred Digitama here. Mostly because, like, both the Digitamas yellow has access to at this point, they aren't really that good, and at least Cupimon can get you some advantage in the early game. Then playing a TK, I edited this video, obviously, and the TK took super long to resolve, actually, in real time. But eventually I did decide to grab the Symphony. Let's see what the follow-up play will be, with just 1 memory left. Playing a Tinkermon, putting purple to 3, which is reasonable because purple would be starting at 3 anyway because of the Met effect at the start of the turn. Purple is hesitating here whether he wants to actually promote his Gabumon or not. Let's see if he does eventually do it. That makes sense, right? Because yellow does play a lot of DP reduction cards. And it seems he's actually not gonna move up the Gabumon here. Yeah, he's not gonna do it. He's actually just gonna hard play the MetalGarurumon here. So we actually might get to see it in action. That is pretty funny. And MetalGarurumon is one of those cards that actually doesn't need any Digivolution sources to trigger its effect to revive a Digimon from the trash when it's attacking. So it's a little bit like the blue MetalGarurumon, right? However, at this point, I must note there are, I believe, no Digimon in the trash of purple. Well, I guess now there is Chimerumon, but MetalGarurumon is not actually able to revive that from the trash. That would be a little bit too strong in my opinion. Probably anyway. Yellow's just gonna swing with both the Tinkermons, and it seems lose both of them, running respectively into one Chimerumon and into another MetalGarurumon. Then it's gonna hard play Angemon, reducing the MetalGarurumon by 3000, putting it to 8, then evolving to Cyrumon, and if you know Yellow, you probably know what's coming. That's right, slash Angemon to reduce him to 0, thereby deleting the MetalGarurumon and basically wasting the enormous resources that purple spent last turn, or the enormous cost, I should say. This time he is gonna promote the Gavumon. Let's see how he will be able to follow that up. He's actually gonna play the very best option in the game. Yellow is gonna pay for it. It's Trump Swords. Purple has the very best options in the game. There is no better options than in the purple deck. Anyway, Yellow gonna hedge Cuprimon here. Trump Sword evening the score here, sort of. It does still put Yellow at love memory, and actually playing the third Tinkermon here, so it seems Yellow surely had enough Tinkermon at this point. Then playing Patamon and also playing Pyramon to revive another Tinkermon. This should probably be game actually on the next turn if purple isn't able to get rid of any of the Digimon or put up a blocker. So we'll see if purple has access to something like Heat Viper or another Trump Sword, maybe, in addition to a Valmon. Evolving into Devimon here for 2. Then Devimon decides to go chill somewhere else, apparently. So at this point, I'm not even sure if there's any out. So it's gonna play Impmon here. And that actually ends the turn. So providing there's not like double Trump Swords in the security, this should probably be game. So yeah, very, very impressive. So Night Raid gets hit here, but there is no targets. This might literally be the most unlucky game for a purple deck I've ever seen. Yeah, very good showing off from the purple deck here. I might do another video with the purple Garurumon deck just because this really didn't show off its full potential. Because I definitely think the deck can be strong, but it for sure wasn't in this video. So yeah, Yellow taking a decisive lead here. If you did enjoy the video, please, you know, be sure to like the video. Leave a comment if you have, you know, any ideas to improve or any decks you want to see. And subscribe if you haven't yet. Bye, guys.